How you guys doing? So I have a challenge for determinists. 3 argumentations that will prove free will. And if determinists cannot debunk or counteract effectively against these 3 arguments, then free will exists. The first argumentation is that free will is a byproduct of consciousness. Consciousness means to be awake, to be alive. What it means to have subjective experience, right? To understand the individual in relationship to the exterior world. And the only reason why we are cognizant and understand that we have choices is because of consciousness. So therefore, consciousness creates free will, or free will is a byproduct of consciousness. So if determinists wants to say that free will is an illusion, the only reason why we have concepts like free will in the first place is because of consciousness. So therefore, determinists would have to say that consciousness itself is an illusion. And if determinism says that consciousness is an illusion, therefore reality can be subject and be also considered an illusion. You see? So, if determinists wants to say free will, choice is an illusion, they would have to go a step further and say that consciousness is an illusion. That's my first challenge. And if determinists say that consciousness is an illusion, right? Therefore, reality crumbles and becomes an illusion, and therefore the philosophy of determinism also becomes an illusion. So therefore, determinism becomes a self-defeating philosophy. That's my argumentation number 1. Argumentation number 2. The universe, according to determinists, is unconscious. If an unconscious universe gives rise to consciousness, and consciousness allows us to even understand that we have choices, decisions, and alternative paths that we could take, that means the universe, which is unconscious, is gaslighting the whole entire world of humanity. Because every language and every culture has an understanding or a concept of choice. You could go to China, you could go to Japan, you could go to Africa, you could go to Asia, you could go to Europe. No matter what language you speak, choice, we've all evolved to understand that choice exists. It's in our language. So why would the universe, which is unconscious, impersonal, deceive human beings into understanding that they have choice? Human beings do not agree on many things, but this global confirmation, this global consensus that choice exists is a huge, how would I say, proof and evidence that free will exists. So determinists would have to explain exactly why we evolved to understand choice and why the universe would gaslight all of humanity to believe that free will exists, that choice exists. Argumentation number 3, the eternal now. One thing that we all have to understand is that we can never ever be in the past, and we can't ever be in the future. The true seat of power is the present. In the eternal now, in the present, right now, we're simultaneously creating the past and the future. The past is determined by the present, and the future is a causal void. It's yet to be created. It can only be created because of what happens in the present. This has a huge implication on determinism and free will because it has to be redefined. In the eternal now, cause and effect is simultaneously one and the same. Everything that I do, everything that you do is both the cause and the effect simultaneously, because we cannot separate the how from the why. They both coincide together. They're like two sides of a coin. Cause and effect, they merge together and they blur. And all that's left is pure motion, which is what life is. Life is the unfolding of pure motion. Another way to prove that cause and effect is one and the same is that the present, right, is the cause and the past is the effect. You see? However, the past is the cause and it gives birth to the present because of past actions that was previous presence, right? So therefore the past is the cause as well as the present is the effect because of how time works. I know it gets a little bit confusing, but I'm going to explain it again. The present, the seat of power, creates the past. So the present is the cause and the past is the effect. However, past actions were once a present time. The actions that our ancestors took was once their present. Do you understand? And because they had a present, or they had their own time in the eternal now, whatever actions that they took in their present, right, affected their future, which is our present. So the past is the cause and the present is the effect. At the same time, because the present creates the past, the present is also the cause that makes the past the effect. So thus proving that cause and effect is one and the same. No matter how you slice it, it's one and the same. It's non-linear in real time. In practical real life experience, cause and effect is one and the same, right? The reason why I'm speaking, the cause of why I'm speaking and making this video is also the effect of me presenting this video to you. It's one and the same. And when cause and effect collide and become one and the same, all you have is pure motion. And the only way to direct pure motion is through consciousness. Consciousness is the engine that controls motion, right? So, if you're not sick, if you're not paralyzed, if you're not shackled, if you're not in chains, if you're not in prison, right? That means you have control over your body. You have control over your body. You can move at will. So free will also is synonymous with bodily autonomy. It's also, free will also means the ability to move at any given time that you want to. You see? So therefore consciousness is free will or creates free will. Or let's say free will is a feature of consciousness. And because we live in the eternal now, the present, cause and effect is one and the same. And in order to control motion, you need consciousness. So this proves that free will exists because of how time works. Time is a feedback loop. Understand that. If you can understand that time is a feedback loop, right? Where the past is affecting the present and the present is also creating the past, you understand that cause and effect is one and the same. There is no difference between it. It's this two different angles of the same activity. That's all it is. It's two different understandings of the same activity. If you can understand this, then you can understand that the present actually truly determines the past. And the only way to control your actions in the present is through consciousness. And consciousness awareness allows us to have free will. So this is why free will exists. Determinists would have to debunk this whole thing that I just said. And if they can't do it, free will exists. Right? So those are my 3 argumentations. Please engage with them. Please engage with them with intellectual honesty, right? And rebuttal if you want to rebuttal, or agree if you want to agree. Give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And there's more. There's other ways to disprove determinism. It's not as strict as people make it seem to be. Cause and effect does not dictate your choices. Rather, choices dictate cause and effect because of consciousness.